Well guys, this has to be one of the strangest and also most disgusting videos that I've covered in a while. I don't even know why anyone would do this. So this is a video that I scrolled across on Reddit, and while it is a very odd one to cover, I do think that there's information relevant to it that makes it worth covering it. In this video, this guy can be seen opening up this pizza box, grabbing a piece of pizza, and then he walks just out of frame from camera where we can barely see him, pulls his pants down, and cleans his number 2 region with the piece of pizza. Now initially, I thought this guy might have been a delivery driver that held a grudge against the person he was delivering to and planned on intentionally making them sick, but fortunately he did throw out this piece of pizza in the trash afterwards, but still, there's a valuable lesson to be learned here. And that is that you can actually get into huge trouble for tampering with food, especially if it's not yours. Fortunately, this guy in blue does not appear to be a delivery driver, just a random dude fulfilling a fantasy, but with the rise of things like Uber Eats and DoorDash, tampering is quite evident. In some lower-end polls, it shows that delivery drivers will occasionally take pieces of food from customers' orders 30% of the time, but there are actually some polls out there that show 80% of the time this happens. And because of this, we've seen a rise from these apps in tamper-resistant packaging. So basically like one-time packages, if you get the order and you notice that the seal has been broken, you know that it's probably been touched or played around with. And while you could potentially get in trouble for doing something like this in the form of paying fines or potentially jail time, there are people out there who do even worse things, like the TikToker that we talked about not too long ago, who decided to spray bug poisoning on different produce and chicken. Now, there are, of course, levels to this, but in general, if you're convicted of tampering with consumer products, you could be looking at 5 to 20 years behind bars. Even worse, if you do this on purpose and somebody dies as a result of it, you could actually be looking at life behind bars, which I think is very warranted. And even if you try to play take-backsies like our good friend Charles, the TikToker who sprayed bug poisoning on a bunch of food, he went in there, he grabbed the food and put it into a cart away from people so they wouldn't buy it, that still doesn't really matter. You are going to be looking at charges, and he is looking at charges himself. So that being said, if you are a delivery driver or you work in a place that has consumer goods, especially food, just don't touch it, don't contaminate it, no matter how tempted you are, no matter how hungry you are, because one simple mistake could lead to you going to jail, and that's just such a dumb way to go to jail in my opinion. As for this guy in blue, it looks like this pizza was done for. It appeared to be on top of the trash, but still, if you really want to do something like this, just buy your own pizza and use it for whatever you want to use it. Don't risk it, man. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I know this video is pretty ridiculous. I also have a link to my Patreon in the bio. There's a free and paid version. I release my long form videos there early, as well as exclusive content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.